Okay. Now, once we're officially in Autodesk, there's a few things we want to make sure. Your screen should look kind of like mine. And if it, the most important thing is that we have our toolbar here along the left. We have our command bar here at the bottom. We have our, this is our kind of secondary, like the drawing aids bar or something here at the bottom. Our properties inspector and layers. Every so often, something just happens and you've got a toolbar missing and it just won't come back, or things are all moved around, things just aren't right. The way to fix that is we go up to Windows, and then we go to Reset Palettes. And by clicking that, it's going to ask you to save everything, and it's going to actually close down the software, open it up, and when it opens up, everything should be the way it should be. So if you've already screwed things up, now would be the time to reset, which will take us back to our beginning here.
Reset palettes.
Reset, yeah. So you go to Windows and Reset Palettes. Okay. So I mentioned before that AutoCAD came out back in the years of DOS, which was before the mouse or anything. Everything was just command driven, and it basically still is today. And we'll notice down here we have this command bar. Literally, there is nothing that you can't do simply by typing in commands. You can design an entire house never even touching the mouse, which would be difficult, but you can do it. So you may find that it's more efficient for you to just type in commands for certain things, use the mouse, or a combination of the two. And AutoCAD's pretty good at letting you know how you can do things. So as I said before, first thing we always need to do is start by opening a template. So we're going to start by opening the file that we downloaded. So I'm going to go to File and Open. I'm going to go to my Documents folder. Documents. And then I'm going to open up my basic template.
Even though it says read only?
Even though it says read only. We'll ignore that at the moment. So you should have something that looks kind of like this on my screen here. And again, as we discussed earlier with our mouse wheel, you can zoom in and out by moving your mouse wheel, rolling it up and down. And you should have just a nice sort of checkered grid here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this file and we're going to save it as a template. So I'm going to go to File and Save As. And then under File Format, instead of DWG, we're going to go to AutoCAD Drawing Template, which is DWT. And by doing that, it should automatically change your location to the AutoCAD Template folder. And we're still going to save it as our basic template. So click on Save. Yep, so we're just saving it in our template folder. It's called our basic template. And I'm just going to hit Save. I already have one, so it's asking me if I want to replace it, which is fine.
I just did it.
Okay, so now you have two options here for English or metric. We're just going to choose English on this one, and then hit Enter to complete the command. So I'll step through that one more time. We're going to go to File. We're going to go to Open, we're going to open that basic template file that we downloaded off the Locker portion of the website. Once that's open, I'm going to go to File again. I'm going to go to Save As. And instead of under File Format, instead of AutoCAD 2013, I'm going to change to the AutoCAD Drawing Template. I'm going to keep the name the same, Basic Template. Hit Save. I already have one, so it's asking me to replace, but yours should just save. Then, it doesn't like it because it's open, but then it's going to ask you 2 questions, and it asks a bit subtly. Get back there here. So right now, like I move my mouse, but my little cursor here doesn't move because it's asking me a question about how I want to save this template. I have 2 options, and this has to do with just how it's, whether it's working off the English system, which is feet and inches, what we're used to, or what the rest of the world uses, which is metric. So for now, I'm setting this to English. And then it's asking me another question, which is enter template description. I'm not going to enter description. I'm just going to hit enter. Once that's gone, now it is saved correctly. Now I'm going to close this. So I have all my files closed. Now when I go and open AutoCAD in the future, I'm just going to go to File, and I'm going to go to New Drawing. When I hit New Drawing, it's going to bring up all of my templates. And here is where I'm going to click on my basic template. So that is how you'll begin every assignment. So we're starting with this template. You're going to start creating more and more templates as we go further, but this process will always stay the same as far as saving templates and then opening. And the nice thing about opening a template here is it's created a new file with all the parameters of that template, but the file has yet to be named. So when I go to save it, it's going to ask me how I want to name it, and that way I'm not going to overwrite any of my work. Okay, next thing, I'm going to go back to our class website, and now we're officially going to begin the assignment. And I'm going to do that by noticing that there is an attached PDF document called Line Tool A PDF. I'm going to open that, and that's going to bring up these files of exactly what we need to recreate. So using our line tool, which is right here on my command line, you could notice here also when I hover my mouse over it, it says command and line. That means that I can either click on that tool or I can just type in line in my command bar down here, or a shortcut which is L, hit enter, and that activates my line tool. Secondly, I'm going to make my life a little easier by making sure that your snap mode is activated as well as your grid display. So our grid is this grid that we have on the background. So if you don't see that, you can toggle that on and off like so. And then the next is snap mode, which means it's actually going to snap to all the little squares on my grid. So when I zoom in, I can't begin at a random spot here. So you can hit Command Tab to toggle between your 2 screens. And I'm looking here and I can see I have a first square here. It's exactly 4 cubes in size. So I'm going to recreate that here using my line tool. So I'm going to click on my first point, go over second point, click again, and my line tool is always going to remain active until I hit enter. So there's my first square drawn with the line tool. Now to do my, I'm now out of the command tool. I have 2 options. I can hit my line tool again, or since I just used the command tool, if I hit enter again, it'll now activate the tool again. So whenever you press enter, it will repeat whatever command you last did. So I'm just going to go around. I can see that I enlarge by 1 cube every size, and I'm just going to keep going along like so. And then looking at my original here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares total. So I'm going to continue all the way out. So my first drawing is done, I'll now move on to the next. Any questions on this? Okay, why don't you guys continue to plug away on this assignment. When you're done, you simply just save it and attach it to School Loop. Has anyone not attached assignments to School Loop before? It's pretty self-explanatory. Just open the assignment and it's like a Dropbox or something. But let's try and get that done quickly. And we are in class for another about 15 minutes. So hopefully everyone can get this assignment wrapped up today.